talks about how the gift of sight came to be due to an evolutionary process. The journey began with the simplest light-sensitive cells, and over time, these rudimentary photoreceptors evolved into more complex structures. As life advanced, so did the sophistication of the visual organs, and the natural selection favored organisms that could sense the world outside of themselves and to navigate and to survive. So these microorganisms became more complex visual systems. This influx of visual data then became a critical source of sensory input for the brain. And over time, the brain adapted to the process and interpreted this visual stimuli, giving rise to sophisticated neural networks dedicated to different work in the brain. So then we became sentient, and because we can perceive and interpret the world beside us. Dr. Lee then skillfully contrasts her expanded horizons after graduating from her bachelor degree to the expanded world of the organisms with a sense of vision. She presents parallels between the evolution of the brain and the development of artificial intelligence through her life as a graduate student. She talks about how both processes gradually accumulate complexity over time. And this gives us a glimpse of where her seminal work on ImageNet ideas came from. What I found most surprising in this chapter for me is what would have happened if Dr. Lee had not become an immigrant at the age that she became an immigrant. As an immigrant myself who came to Canada at a later age, I could think of many advantages I received and many of them that I did not receive, and how my horizons expanded, but how much they didn't expand. And I also kept thinking of the women in Afghanistan whose horizons cannot expand beyond their small houses where they have to stay in. This is not a very hopeful thought, and Feifei, I'm really sorry about this. So I would like to finish this with a more hopeful quote by Anthony Doerr in his Pulitzer Prize-winning book, All the Light We Cannot See, where the professor who's broadcasting hope during World War II asks the listeners, so how, children, does the brain which lives without a spark of light built for us a world full of light? Thank you.